I call to order the City of Miami Gardens City Council meeting on this May 25th, 2022. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Campbell. Councilwoman Igadero. Here. Councilwoman Wilson.
Here.
Councilwoman Julian.
Present.
Councilman Stevens.
Here.
Vice Mayor Leon.
Here.
Mayor Harris.
I'm here.
You have a quorum.
Please stand for the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
God our Father, thank you for your many blessings. Thank you for your grace and your mercy towards us. Father, we pray that you continue to bless this city of Miami Gardens and all that, everyone that plays a part in this city. Father, we pray a special prayer for the victims in Texas this evening. Be with their grieving families, Father, and give them strength. Father, we pray for your knowledge, your wisdom, and your understanding as we begin to discuss business that affect your people. Father, we pray that you continue to bless the city of Miami Gardens. In all things, we will give you the praise, honor, and glory that your precious name deserves. It is in your Son's name I do pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we're on approval of minutes.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I did email the city council the March 23rd, April 13th, and April 27th meeting minutes for your review and approval.
I need a motion to approve the minutes. Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none, the minutes approved. We're on order of business. Are there any items that need to be pulled from the consent agenda at this time or added?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to add a special presentation.
Okay. Special presentation by Councilwoman Julian.
Mr. Mayor, I
Yes.
also would like to add a special presentation.
A special presentation by the city manager. That's two. Any items need to be pulled? Mr. Manager, did you mention anything about items needing to come off the agenda?
I'm sorry,
You had any items need to come off the agenda?
yes, Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry. I'd like to withdraw 11.4. And I know that we have to open it up, but I know that the applicant for 13.3.1, it will be requesting a withdrawal of that item as well.
Okay. So 11.4.
11.4, yeah, I'm withdrawing that item.
I need a motion to
Motion. Second.
accept the agenda. Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none. Show the agenda approved. We're on special presentations. Councilwoman Julian.
Yes. At this time, I'd like to call Jeanette Brown up. Jeanette, please come up. Hi. So yesterday, while I was in my office, drowning in work, I noticed that there was an event happening downstairs, and then I decided to go down there and just kind of show my face a little bit. And when I went down there and engaged in conversation, I saw Jeanette, and I said, "Hey, well, where have you been? I haven't seen you in a while." He says, "Well, I've been here, I'm at Carroll City Park." And I says, "Okay, great." I said, "But, I don't like not seeing you. Don't let this happen again." And he said, "Well, Councilwoman, this Friday is my last day." I said, "This Friday is your last day?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "Oh no." I said, "I hate to see you go, but where are you going?" So Jalupsi has decided to pursue a career in law enforcement. He is going to Miami-Dade Corrections, but I truly believe, and I say this all the time, in giving people their flowers while they're around. Jeanette, every time I don't know him personally, but I see him all the time, and every time I've seen him, he's always had a smile on his face. He's always been pleasant. He's even gone above and beyond to give me his seat, at park events, etc. And he is one of those people that are memorable and you can't forget. And so I called Randy and said, "Randy, we need to honor him at the council meeting. So Mayor and council, charter officers, if you would join me up front so that we can honor Gillespie. And we really want to thank you for your 16 years of service to the city of Miami Gardens.
Yes.
And furthermore, guys, Gillespie is a Miami Gardens resident. We're going to miss you. We really are. I hate to see you go, but at the same time, I want you to know that the city of Miami Gardens, the city council, charter officers, we truly, truly appreciate you, and we appreciate your service to our city. Best of luck to you.
And I was just about to schedule a fishing trip for us.
Gee, this is the first time, G, I know your name. G, because I know G. Thank you.
We are proud of you. Stay in contact, okay? Trina said I got friends at high places.
Oh, yeah, you know how to do that? You know, make it with more shoes and then you want to freeze.
No, I want the man wear. It's not tailored. Like, I think you tell me I need to keep it off.
I told you, jacket.
Manager, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mayor, Councilman, Vice Mayor. I also want to present something to someone who is leaving us as well, but she's not going to take on a new job. She's actually going to retire and move on and take care of her family, her grandkids, and the like. And that person I'm talking about is Jeanette Smith. Jeanette, would you please join me?
What?
You guys know Jeanette, that she handles all of our community development, development issues, programs, and things of that nature. This is actually my second time around with Jeanette. And so I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank her, wish her the best in retirement, enjoy your grandkids, enjoy all the things that you plan to do, all the things you've missed doing, and enjoy your life. And we appreciate all that you've done for the city of Miami Gardens.
Thank you.
And would you join me and
Yes.
the directors join us in the photo op? Thank you.
Okay, now what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take this one, we're gonna take this one, and then we're gonna switch so people can get this done. Right, let's go. Ready, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Amen. Okay, now switch. Yeah, yeah.
All right, there's another presentation. Ms. Flowers, you want to come up and do this presentation?
Ay, no, no.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Mayor, entire council, Sonia Flowers, Miami Gardens, Florida, 33056. I would like to do a presentation, a special presentation to the Honorable Councilwoman, Lady Shannon Igadero. Can you come on down, please? And the council, so we can do this presentation.
She asked for us to come down now?
All right.
She asked for us?
Thank you. Lady Shannon Igadero, this is a little token of appreciation from these beautiful mothers and grandmothers that had the pictures taken for Mother's Day. This was a project sponsored by our council lady. So we found it not robbery to give her a token of appreciation, and this is what we did today. So we love you, we appreciate you, continue to do the good work that you are doing. And this flowers, bouquet of flowers was done by Grace Flowers. And she said it wasn't with one finger, she did it with 10 fingers of love. So she said she just love you and she adore you. And the pictures was taken by a professional photographer, FCD Photography. So words of encouragement, continue to do the good work. No weapon formed against you shall prosper.
Thank you so much. Thank you. No. Thank you very much, Ms. Flowers. This is a total surprise. I appreciate you, and thank you for being my leader, my big sister, and for the work you continue to do to uplift residents of C3. God bless you, is my prayer. And thank you as well. Thank you so much. Yes.
Hey, family. All right, that's it for special presentations. No more special presentations, public comments. Mr. Clerk, I have 3 comment cards. Do we have any written communication?
We did receive a written communication that has been forwarded to the city council. It'll be part of the minutes as an exhibit.
Okay. So the first person we'll start with is Miss Audrey Ward. Miss Ward?
Good evening, my name is Audrey Ward. I live at 3351 Northwest 189th Street, Miami Gardens. I'm here on the behalf of Ms. Rhea Hughes. She wasn't able to be here. But this issue is, comment is addressed to Councilwoman Katrina Wilson. Councilwoman Katrina Wilson, a survey was mailed to residents within a quarter-mile radius of Myrtle Grove Park, and there were two options: the state-of-the-art multi-purpose gymnasium or a community pool. This survey was to be completed online or returned by U.S. mail no later than April 22nd, 2022. Councilwoman Katrina Wilson, number one, what were the final results from the survey given? And number two, when can Myrtle Grove community expect groundbreaking of Myrtle Grove Park that's long overdue? We, the Myrtle Grove community and the city, are ready and want to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ward. Christine Malcolm.
Christine Malcolm, 18910 Northwest 31st Avenue, Miami Gardens, 33056. I have been to many council members' meetings, but there are two that stand out that must be noted. The first, Councilwoman Julian's town hall that was held last year at a church where residents were informed that no photos could be taken, still or moving. Why? It was a public meeting with public officials and the public was in attendance. Next, the meeting was Councilwoman Igadero's. It was noted that residents should place their questions and email in a chat and someone would contact them. Why? I had two questions in the chat for two people that were on the Zoom. The first directed to Ms. Bernita Nelson. My question was, what programs and projects are you working on to present to the Congresswoman? That was in response to a statement Ms. Nelson made regarding the $18 billion infrastructure fund. The next was directed to the city manager. Are there any updates on starting the renovations on the Enrico farmhouse? It is redundant that I would have to ask my questions, leave an email, have the question, the email forwarded to the very people that were on the meeting and could have answered the question right then and there. I need council members to recognize and realize that we, the public, will take pictures and we will ask questions. We have the governor trying to censor us every which way but Sunday. We don't need council members doing it. Remember, you represent us. Next, the city of Miami Gardens has an obligation to its residents to keep the residents abreast of what's happening in the community. Yet the city failed on Formula One weekend. Nowhere on the city's social media pages, email, or quarterly newsletters was there a notification to residents that there would be 14 plus walkable parking lots embedded in the neighborhood. Thus, increased traffic in areas that would not normally have stadium traffic, such as 12th Avenue. We're talking about from Risco Park to the empty lot on 199th Street. More information residents have, the more opportunities they will have to plan their days accordingly. Don't use the excuse that some of the lots are owned by the county or the stadium as a means to remove your responsibility. The city needs to be proactive. Also, this is to the city manager. Please note at this meeting or next how much more money was generated from the city-owned areas that were used as parking lots during Formula One, and what are the plans for the funds? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Malcolm. Good night. Alexandra Hughes.
Hi, good evening. Before I get started, where is the timer?
Excuse me?
Before we get started, where's the timer so I can gauge my minutes?
You have 2 minutes.
Oh, okay, they're perfect. All right, thank you. Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Alexandra Hughes, and I am a resident of Miami Gardens, 600 Northwest 210th Street. And I am also the Impact Director for EcoEd Impact Corp., which is an environmental-based nonprofit here in Miami Gardens. I have some points that I want to bring up to you from my neighborhood off of 210th Street. Number one, as we're going into the summer, extreme heat. In our bus stops, we have rusted seats, and we have rusted garbage cans. We have no covering. There's about 6 developments in our area, and it would be really good idea for the elderly in that area to have some type of coverage, as well as the replacement of the garbage cans that are all rusted, as well as the seating. It is environmentally hazardous. On top of that, we have trash everywhere. We have overgrown shrubs, so it's very uncomfortable to walk on the sidewalk, especially for the children going to school, bombarded by all the trash and the overgrown shrubs. We also have a very serious problem with drag racing off of 210th Street. It is to the point where someone may have an accident. They are going to hit someone. If you go on 210th Street, you see all of the tire marks. I can hear it from my home. I have come out of my home to make videos of it. It is out of control, and I'm scared someone's going to get hurt, especially the children. I would love to work with the city. Like I said, I am the impact director of EcoEd Impact Corp, and I need to see my neighborhood come up. All the environmental hazards need to be addressed, and I am here to help and work with everyone here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other public comments? Showing no more public comment. Public comments are closed at this time. We're on ordinances for first reading. There are none. Ordinance on for second reading. There are none. No public resolutions, so we're on the consent agenda.
Consent agenda, item 11.1. A resolution of the City Council of the City of Miami Gardens, Florida, allocating funds from Councilwoman Shannon Campbell's special events account in the amount of $250 to support the Miami-Dade County School Board Annual Student of the Year Award Ceremony Luncheon, providing for instructions to the City Clerk, providing for adoption representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Councilwoman Shannon Campbell. Item 11.2, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Miami Gardens, Florida, allocating funds from Councilwoman Shannon Campbell's special events account in the amount of $1,000 to support the Baja's reunion, providing for adoption representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Councilwoman Shannon Campbell. Item 11.3, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Miami Gardens, Florida, allocating funds from Councilman Stevens' public affairs account in an amount not to exceed $1,000 in support of the Beta Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated Education Foundation Scholarship, providing for adoption representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Councilman Robert Stevens III, and that is your consent agenda.
I need a motion on the consent agenda. Motion. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposition? Showing no opposition, show the consent agenda pass.
All right, we're now on to quasi judicial zoning hearings and agenda disclosure.
Good evening and welcome to the quasi-judicial portion of the May 25th, 2022 City Council meeting. For those persons that will or may be speaking on an item on the agenda or commenting on any item, please stand up and be sworn in by the city clerk. For the applicants, your item will be called to order by agenda number and by title of your request. When your item is called, please approach the microphone, and when addressed, please speak directly and clearly, stating your name and address for the record, and explain the reason for your request. Note that all exhibits presented to the mayor and the council will become part of the public record.
All right, raise your right hand. You swear and affirm that the testimony provided true, correct, and best of your knowledge?
I do.
Thank you.
Mr. Clerk.
All right, there are no ordinances on for first reading public hearing, no ordinances on for second reading public hearing. Item 13.3, resolutions public hearing. Item 13.3.1, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Miami Gardens, Florida, approving the variance application submitted by the Salvation Army on behalf of 194 Northwest 187th LLC, located at 194 Northwest 187th Street, Miami Gardens, Florida 33169. More particularly described on Exhibit A attached here to reducing the minimum lot size set forth in the code for places of assembly from 2 acres to 1.3 acres, providing for adoption representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by the city manager.
Mr. Manager.
Ms. Smith?
Good evening. We have received a written request from the applicant to withdraw this item.
Any objection from the dais to have this item withdrawn?
So, Mr. Mayor, we'll note on the record that the applicant is withdrawn. This item will also include their letter as part of the minutes as an exhibit to this item.
I'll show it withdrawn.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we're on to the reports of the city manager, city attorney, and city clerk.
Mr. Manager.
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, I just have a couple of acknowledgements. First, I want to take this opportunity and congratulate and acknowledge Chief Pratt for becoming the first African-American female president for the Miami-Dade County Chiefs Association. Congratulations, Chief. I also want to take this opportunity to congratulate Ozzy Diaz. Ozzy is the recipient of the Broward Officials Association of Florida Board of Directors and Membership as the Building Official of the Year. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ozzy.
Yeah, Clerk.
Oz, do everybody know who you are? Stand up, Oz. Stand up. Congratulations, Oz.
Thank you, Mayor. That ends my report.
Madam Attorney? Now, who got their phone on at this late? That's okay. Mr. Clerk?
No report.
Excuse me? No report? No, okay. Mr. Stevens?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everyone.
One page.
Before I go into my report, I do want to make a few comments as it relates to some of the statements that was made by the residents this evening. One, I want to speak to the residents regarding the efforts that was taken to inform our community regarding the Formula One racing. This was the first time that this race happened in the city. And I want to say we did, the city working with the Hard Rock Stadium and the promoters of F1 did an exceptional job with notifying the community as it relates to getting the information out for traffic closure, street closure, and all of those things. So I want to make sure we highlight that. And then in addition, as we continue to host this event here in the city of Miami Gardens, and mind you, I say host this event, not necessarily the city, but the Hard Rock Stadium that's in the city of Miami Gardens, we welcome your feedback. So if there's things that you saw this first year that you want to address as it relates to notifying the community about parking lots and those things, that's information that we can work on. So I encourage you to notify myself or any of our administration to assist you to address those concerns. I want you to know that your voice is being heard. And my colleagues and I, along with our charter officers, work diligently to address those issues for the Formula One racing. And then in addition to that, I know that speeding is an issue. Our police department, along with our city manager, has been working with the aggressive speeding. Help me, Cam.
I'm gonna defer to the chief. Chief?
What's aggressive driving details. So it is the speeding that's taking place in our community is not just a Miami Gardens issue. If you look at the statistics, it is a United States issue. All around the country, people are speeding, and there's a trend. If you look it up on social media, there's a trend where they're doing donuts and circles with their cars around. So we're trying to be creative and find ways to address those issues. And I know since the detail under the leadership of our chief has been in existence, we've seen some of those numbers decrease. So I just want to highlight those things. And then congratulations, Chief. And Ozzy, y'all are, congratulations. You all are doing a fantastic job. And then I want to highlight our wonderful men and women of Public Works Department. Happy Public Works Department Week. We appreciate what you all do for our city. Thank you. This past Friday on May 20th at the Senior Family Center, I partnered with Eat Well Exchange for my pop-up grocery store and healthy cooking. There was a demo with a certified nutritionist that educated everyone on the importance of consuming healthier foods within our culture that leads to a healthier lifestyle. Thank you to our sponsors, Eat Well Exchange, Sunshine Meats, Chin Medical, for your various contributions to our residents at this event. Residents were able to leave with bags of groceries to take home with them. And gift cards as well.
Sunshine Meat.
Introducing children to STEM experience continues to create critical thinkers, increase science literacy, and enable the next generation of innovators to dream big. This past Saturday, we hosted another STEM Saturday in partnership with Dibia Dreams at St. Thomas University, where students were able to learn about alarm systems and build a home intruder alarm that they took home with them. It was really, really cool to witness. So again, thank you to Debbie Dreams and St. Thomas for working with us to make this happen. And finally, not finally, one more. The summer is around the corner, and it is, the summer is here. Hurricane season is around the corner, and as we've done in the past, on Saturday, June 4th at Betty T. Ferguson Complex, in partnership with our Vice Mayor, Reggie Leon, and Councilwoman Wilson, and Home Depot, will be providing hurricane supplies to ensure that our residents are prepared for the upcoming hurricane season. I know our Public Works Department has been working to clean out the drainage and to address certain debris and issues within the city so that we are prepared as a city should a storm come our way. But we wanted to do our part, my colleagues and I, so we'll be giving out cases of water, LED flashlights, and first aid kits to ensure that you and your family have the basic necessities to weather a storm. So please join us on Saturday, June 4th at Betty T. Ferguson. There's no time on this, but I believe it's at maybe 9. So
9 o'clock.
10 o'clock? 10
9.
o'clock. 9 o'clock?
9.
9 o'clock. And then on June 7th, join me for a conversation over a smoothie for Table Talk Tuesday. This event, this conversation rather, is we started this month. It was awesome at Starbucks, so we're working our way around the city. We'll be having a conversation, just a casual conversation to address issues or talk about ideas or things that you would like to see in the city. So I encourage our residents to come and join me for a Table Talk Tuesday at Pretty Hefty Cafe, located at 17560 Northwest 27th Avenue, Suite 123. Again, that's 17560 Northwest 27th Ave, Suite 123, Miami Gardens 33056, and that would be at 6:30 p.m. That information will be hitting our social medias very, very soon, as well as our email blast. Mr. Mayor, that ends my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Igadero.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Our thoughts and prayers are with those in Buffalo and now Texas, and the families of those who died in the mass shooting. Thank you to our Miami Gardens Police Department for all you do to keep us safe. Chief Pratt, we appreciate you, and staff, great work. Also to all of the citizens who see something and say something even if they don't see something, we thank you. And for those who say something when they see something, we thank you as well. It has been good seeing all those who are taking steps to better health in partnership with Chen Medical. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. at Bunch Park Recreation's lovely indoor track. You are welcome to join us. Call extension 305, call 305-622-8000, extension 2708 to have Mr. Martin sign you up. We would love for you to join us. My monthly Unity Town Hall meeting is where you can get updates from our various city departments. Our next Unity will be on Wednesday, June 1st at 6 p.m. via Zoom. I would also like to thank Permits and Code for assisting residents of C3, Ms. Julie Baker Harris, Ms. Bridget Jenkins, Janice Dorsey, and Mr. Salvador. Thank you, Ozzy Diaz and Dr. Joan Bispot and staff. Thank you, Public Works, for assisting resident Ms. Sheila Taylor. Tom Ruiz, we thank you for providing the information in a timely fashion. Over this Memorial Day weekend, let us not forget those who have lost their lives due to COVID. Let us never forget their faces. And everyone, please stay safe. With that, Mr. Mayor, I end my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Julian.
Yes, sir. My thoughts and prayers are with those families who lost loved ones in the Texas massacre yesterday. We need to act fast on gun reform. I know that gun reform is not a local issue. However, using our voices and power collectively and holding state and national government officials accountable is paramount. This is a call to action for all of us because enough is enough. At this time, I would like to respond to resident Christine King regarding her statement. I think that the staff did an amazing job putting out, as my colleague said,
It's
information.
Malcolm. Christine Malcolm.
It's Christine Malcolm?
Malcolm.
Oh, sorry, Christine. For the record, I correct that. It's Christine Malcolm, not Christine King, excuse me, for the record. So this is in response to Christine Malcolm. I think that the staff did an amazing job with putting out information as it related to the traffic. We all saw it, I saw it, everyone saw it. It was hard to miss. Furthermore, Ms. Malcolm, you referred to a town hall meeting that I had 9 months ago. My question to you is, why are you now bringing this so-called issue up 9 months later? This was back in August. We have people with real life, quality of life issues. And so I encourage you, when you come to these council meetings, let's talk about things that deal with quality of life. I can't remember what happened 9 months ago. And so if you are not going to address something immediately or on the spot, but you do it a year later, there's nothing that myself or my office can do to address it. That's just not how we do business. We are here to handle real life, quality of life issues for our residents. No one is censuring you. That is not what we do. As a matter of fact, all you do is complain. And so my second question to you is, does the city of Miami Gardens ever do anything in your purview that is right? Do we ever do anything that you find to be right or that you find to be good? Let's have this dialogue. I'm happy that you brought this to the city council's attention. Let's have the conversation. Ms. Patricia Cole, where are you? Stand up. I'd like to wish Ms. Patricia Cole a very happy birthday. Ms. Cole is celebrating a birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Ms. Cole. You know that we love you here at the City of Miami Gardens. We thank you for being a stellar resident, and we are wishing you all the best on this birthday and this year around. Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Happy birthday to you and wishing you many, many more. 66. Last Saturday, we had the first annual Miami Gardens Youth Music Festival. This was an opportunity for the youth in the city of Miami Gardens to showcase their talent. I grew up playing the piano, and I will tell you that playing an instrument, I played a couple of instruments, but the piano was the main one, and it really helped me with my growth and my development. And so we had our first annual Miami Gardens Youth Music Festival. It was great to see the diverse talent that we have in our city, and Miami Gardens truly is a city with endless opportunities. Definitely looking forward to year 2. And let's see, on Friday, we are having our second annual Haitian Heritage Cultural Celebration. I'd like to invite you all to join my colleagues, Councilman Robert Stevens and State Senator Sharon Jones and I, as we celebrate Haitian Heritage Month and recognize 3 Miami Gardens students who entered the Haitian Heritage Essay Contest. You'll get to sample foods from the different regions of Haiti and learn the history of each dish. Learning is definitely fun, and I can't wait to celebrate with you all. And lastly, I'd like to wish everyone a happy and safe Memorial Day weekend. And that ends my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Campbell.
Mr. Mayor, first I want to start off as well congratulating Chief Pratt on her presidency and then her installation the other day. Congrats. I also want to thank Ms. Joan Bispot and her team and the 311 team from Miami-Dade County. I made some calls and things were done expeditiously, so I really appreciate that. So I wanted to give her kudos as well and her team. On another note, I too offer my condolences to the people of Texas, Ukraine, as well as residents of Miami Gardens. We've all, in some shape, form, or fashion, and these entities have suffered loss due to gun violence. So we need to look at it from a different perspective. I've been listening at a lot of commentation and studying, and it really made me rethink some things. So I think we really need to start looking at what's going on with our young people. And it's not just about mental illness. We got to look at the home and other entities. So we really got to tap into that, and then tap into what they like, which leads me to my next announcement, which is me and the mayor are collaborating. We're bringing back the Young Voices Poetry Night at the Starbucks, and that's going to be June 3rd at 7 p.m. It is a free event, and I encourage you guys to come out, because what's going to happen is this. Our young people, they're going to showcase their voices. They wanted their voices to be heard in a form that they're used to, and they're very talented. I got some mean talent coming through, and I encourage all of you, just stop in and check them out. And let's encourage our young people. We gotta do that. You all know I work with young people, so it's near and dear to my heart. And it's not about me though. It's about us coming together and saving our children. And I'm old school. It takes a village. We gotta do that. They can't be with mom and dad. They may not be with their mom and dad. They may be with grandma and granddaddy. And grandma and granddaddy is old. No offense to my elders. But that's when persons like myself and under me, we have to step in and bridge the gap. So I challenge all of you, take on it. Tap into a young person. You see them, we see them all. Let's take them under our wing and do what we need to do as Miami Guards and as people. We need to do that. So I'm super excited about this poetry event. Come out and join us. And then also on June 4th, we're doing the Bauhaus reunion again, part 2, and it's a big barbecue. I got some talent coming through because we're celebrating Black Music Month, because June is Black Music Month. So we're gonna kick it off. We got a guest that's gonna perform from American Idol, and I'm not telling you who it is. You gotta be there to see. So come on out. It's a free event as well. And then also we got some other musical guests that are just gonna come through and give us a little wave offering. But be there. But ladies and gentlemen, for me, my motto is, you always hear me say it, positive forward progress. That's what it's about for me. And let's save our children. Let's save our children. And that ends my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Wilson.
Good evening, everyone. My first recap is from this past weekend. We, along with St. Thomas University, did a cleanup on 37th and 32nd Avenues. And I want to thank all of the volunteers along with the St. Thomas staff that came out to continue in the effort to keep Miami Gardens beautiful and to keep it clean. And part of that, my grandfather was a gardener, and he worked on Miami Beach. And he used to say all of the time to me, he says, your buildings and your environment, it doesn't have to always be new. He says, because if you keep it clean, it is new. And so our city doesn't have to be a new city, but if we keep it clean, it'll always be a renewed city. And it is not only the responsibility of this city body, but it's the responsibility of us all, whether it's coming out to the edge of our own streets and picking up the trash that is in front of our own homes, and not thinking that it is anybody else's responsibility but our own. And so we can help our city be as beautiful and continue to be renewed by how we clean it up and we take pride in it. So I would urge all of us in our homes, in our apartments, in our cars, along our streets, if we see the trash, just take a moment and pick it up. Our upcoming events, HBCU Sports and Scholastic Combine Experience, it's right around the corner. It's going to be June 10th and 11th at the Betty T. Ferguson Center from 9 to 5:30 on both days. We're extremely excited about this combine experience that we have planned. Currently, we're about at 300 plus young men from local high schools, here in Miami Gardens as well as in all of Miami-Dade County. We have our local coaches that will be running the drills, and we also have some surprise guests that will be coming out to speak to our young men. In addition to those surprise guests, we will also have Career Source. We will have folks that are there from colleges and universities to help them begin to focus in on what courses they need to take in order to be ready to move into their post-secondary options, whether those options are college, whether it's the military, whether it's a trade, whether it's vocational training, or whether it's a 2-year experience at Miami-Dade College. We're very, very excited. If you would like to volunteer, you may call our office and ask for Jamal, and we will certainly need your hands, and we will certainly continue to need your support. Meet Me Monday will be on June 13th at 6 p.m. at Carroll City Park. Of course, it is always both in Zoom and in person. We always like to see you in person. We have great dialogue. I want to say thank you to all of the residents that have shown up to give a debriefing on our Formula One. We had an extremely productive and harmonious conversation about Formula One, and I tell you, the feedback was invaluable. And so I want to thank you very, very much for your continued support and your continued information. We also have coming up the second annual Miami Gardens Juneteenth Park and Party. Myself, along with Councilman Stevens and Vice Mayor Leon, are working hard to make this event another hugely successful event. We had a great time last year. We celebrated our liberty in America, and it is going to be an opportunity for us to do so again. I say to people all of the time when they ask me who's coming to the Juneteenth, and I said the most important people are the residents of Miami Gardens. If they are there, then that's the perfect attendance that I would be satisfied with. So I look forward to seeing you, to come out, park, get out of your cars, bring your lawn chairs, and let's have a wonderful evening celebrating the life that we have. Our Miami Gardens Street Fair and Marketplace is going to resume in July 16th. And again, that will be our back to school marketplace. So we will have a lot of things that will be going on that will be related to school opening early in the month of August. So if you have children and students and grandchildren that are school age, please make sure that you bring them by, because we will have a lot of things going on to get ready for school. And then finally, I too am saddened about the shooting in Texas. As an educator, a lifelong educator, and a principal for more than 15 years, anybody that stands at the door of a schoolhouse and sees those babies come in there, it's just unconscionable that someone would walk in and hurt those children like that. And not only that, but it's hurtful to the teachers, because a lot of times when it's like a handoff in a relay race. When a parent comes in, they give you their treasure. And you promise to take care of those kids for them. And they're helpless, and for somebody to come in and harm them. I hurt for the teachers, I hurt for the parents, and I mourn for those children and the 2 adults that are lost. So sometimes in my heart and in my mind, I say, Lord, what can we do about this? And I would say to you that the first thing we have to do is love. The second thing we have to do is listen. Third thing we have to do is act. It's all of our responsibility to be concerned about one another. And even when we're around someone that we know is not well, we have to know that, and we have to take it seriously so that we can protect the vulnerable. I know that it might be in Texas, but not long ago, it was just in Broward County. And I'm reminded of something that President Obama said. He said, every year I get up and I say the same speech. There's a mass shooting where innocent people die. When are we going to address gun violence? So as we move into the season of voting, consider that. Consider that. And so I will be praying for you. I will be praying for the families. And I'm going to ask you to pray along with me. That concludes my announcements.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Vice Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have one, just a couple items, but one quick question through the mayor to the manager. Do you have the dates yet on summer employment when we'll start recruiting and putting applications out for families? We got a lot of parents calling and asking about the summer job.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Vice Mayor, Renita Nelson is the person that's responsible for that program. I will check with her. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't want to give you the misinformation, but I'll check that out. Once I have the information, I'll send it to council members.
All right, thank you. Today we celebrate, this month is Older American Month. So today at Robert Sharp Towers, we celebrated seniors, those that were 90 plus. There were 13 seniors that live at Robert Sharp Towers that's over the age of 90. We celebrated them today along with Councilman Stevens came out. The CET unit, those officers were there to help us support and celebrate those seniors. So if you know any older Americans, let's make sure we celebrate you too, Mr. Mayor. Let's make sure we celebrate them for the rest of the month and moving forward. Tomorrow, myself, Councilman Stevens, and Councilwoman Katrina Wilson, we're hosting a farm share at Norwood Park. The gates will open at 9 a.m. Maybe she can get us some extra stuff from Sunshine Meat. That's her spot. But
better leave Sunshine Meat alone.
We open up at 9 a.m. If you know anybody interested or any families that need any of those items, please show up. Again, that's at Norwood Park from 9 a.m. until everything is gone. Oh, okay. Also, for those persons that are over 65 right now, Jesse Trice has your second round of booster shots available. They're still doing vaccinations. So if you're interested or know someone that's interested, you can go to Jesse Trice for your second round of booster shots. There's no appointment needed. And last and not least, congratulations again to Ozzy and Chief. You guys are doing some major work. Mr. Manager, I think we need to get them to sign something so nobody steals them from us right now. And that ends my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. First, let me say to our Chief of Police, we appreciate you and congratulations on being named the president of this.
The Chief of Chiefs.
Chief of Chiefs. You are the lady.
The lady.
You are the lady. And we're so happy to have you here with us in the city of Miami Gardens. We know you and your staff work hard, and we appreciate you, and congratulations. Ozzy, I want to take this opportunity to again congratulate you. Tom, I want to congratulate Public Works for the hard work that you all do in public work. This is Public Works Week, so congratulations on that. One thing I think we also got to be aware of is that COVID is still around. COVID's ugly head is being reared throughout our community, throughout this city hall, and we have to continue to be diligent and be careful about how we go about wearing our masks and how we go about making sure that we sanitize and wash our hands and things of that nature. This thing is not dead. It is still around, so be careful. This Memorial Day, we will be having a Memorial Day celebration at the Senior Center. What's the time on that one, Nisha? 11 o'clock? 11 o'clock on Monday. Come out and let's remember those who lost their lives for this country. And remember, as Councilwoman Igadero said, all those who lost their lives during this COVID situation. We got to stay diligent and stay safe. You know, the situations that have happened throughout this country, we don't want those things to happen in our city.
So let's keep our eyes, ears, and mouths open if we need to. If we see something, please say something. Don't wait until the event has occurred and something has happened and then talk about how I saw that guy with the gun, but I just didn't say anything. So let's keep our eyes, ears, and mouths open. And let's be diligent about the things that we see. Stay safe. We'll see you guys again in another 2 weeks, or you'll see us sometime this weekend and throughout the weeks. But stay safe and God bless each and every one of you. I need a motion to.
Motion.
It's been moved and seconded.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned.
Adjourn.
About what? Sunshine, blue sky. What's up, brother? You good?